Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachal Ramanaya Om.
किञ्जतिस्तव भानुमान् अहनिमे रात्रौ प्रदीपादिकम् स्यादेवं रविदीपदर्शनविदो किं ज्योति प्राख्याहि मे चक्षुस्तस्य निमीलनादिसमये किं दीर्घयो दर्शने किं तत्रागमतो भवान् परमखिं ज्योतिस्तदस्मि प्रभो किं तत्रागमतो भवान् परमखं ज्योतिस्तदस्मि प्रभो. By what light do you see during the day? Sun in the day. And what light do you see during night? The light of a lamp. But what do you see? With what do you see? The light of the sun and the lamp. I see with my eyes. Then when you close your eyes, with what light do you see? With the light of my intellect. But with the help of which light do you see that intellect? With my own light, the light of the self. So you are the ultimate source of self-luminous universal light. So yes, I understand it now. O Lord, my Guru. This is from Ekashloka Prakaranam of Shankaracharya. I chanted it mainly. Yesterday was Kartike Deepam. That light of the self, let it illumine everybody.
Blessings of Kartike Deepam to all of you. People who don't know about this, yesterday there was the light at the top of Arunachala hill in Tirunamalai. And that is symbolic of the story of Arunachala hill as column of fire. When Lord Shiva appeared as column of fire to show Brahma and Vishnu that there is something beyond ego, which is infinite, eternal. Kartike Deepam is a constant reminder for all seekers to find this light of all lights. Light of all lights, ultimate, absolute, is none other than us. One thing one has to understand, that whatever absolute, ultimate we want to know is within us, as us. Nothing will appear in your domain of mind to say you are that. Even with common sense, we can understand this. Anything which we see can't be me. Anything which I perceive can't be me. Meditate on pure self. We know ego self. How to differentiate the one who is always merged in thoughts, who is always involved, the one who is in doership mode. Is that what we think we are? All human beings have this fever of achieving something, doing something, becoming something. This is because inside our subconscious, that light of all lights is infinite. Somehow it has lost that connection or that knowledge that I am already infinite. But with projected mind, it tries to become infinite. That is why there is no end to greed. Intention to become vast, infinite is right, but the means are wrong. Path chosen is incorrect. We all want to increase our sphere externally, while truth of the matter is that we are already that. We just have to look within without doing anything. Rather, giving up this doership, this state in which we know what we are is called a Samadhi. Many people think Samadhi means you have no interaction with external world. In a way, it is true because the body interacts, but the one in the body is uninvolved. At bodily level, interaction occurs, things happens, but the one in the body is in uninvolved state all the time. During interactions, without interactions, mind goes through changes, waking, dream, deep sleep. But that uninvolved, pure awareness, what we are, is only a witness. Restrict yourself only to that. in your deepest understanding all the time. This is liberation. Mantra to do is neti neti. Not this, not this. Whatever our mind perceives, whatever mind projects, we are not that. We are that light in which all this is happening. This mind has created God. Mind has created Word. Mind has created this body. And mind has created thoughts. But mind has not created us. It's all happening in the energy of our pure self. Don't take that self as from where you acting now as a doer. Though in broader terms, yes, everything is part of that only. But that does not lead to freedom. Even if someone tells us, we think body mind is me, it is coming from self and part of self. So you are self. And you can say, okay, that I understand. Done and dusted. Thought stays the same, situation is there. And all the attributes of ego are there. So where is liberation? Liberation is actually experiencing that we are that uninvolved self. And that state of uninvolved self stays unobstructed all the time. But I don't want anyone to be disheartened, even if it is not all the time. In your consciousness, but at least it is always there in the background. That is enough. Because in doer mode, you move and do things, and for a moment it can be that you are not aware of that current. But the current should be acknowledged. Whenever you are not busy in an act which is intense. I have to say, even if you acknowledge it for few seconds, few minutes, the pull of that awareness is so much. That's so much of work which we are doing all the time. Drops off. We find that there is no point or purpose in doing those acts. most of the time a thought comes about doing something and we start doing it. I know some people are extremely busy on weekdays with their work, but comes weekend, they become super busy. They rush to meet people, do activities, because that mind which was busy 5 days a week only thinks that with some other activity I will be entertained. We have lost the skill to be still. I agree that we all need space, time in which we can spend some time in solitude and be aware of that pure awareness in us, which is us. So most important is to drop a lot of things what we are doing unnecessarily to please our senses. Give up the wrong notion that I am body. Even if you can't give up this notion, at least start practicing. This will create a lot of silence, space in you. It will make you vast. You will start breathing in awareness. And in that awareness, things become so clear. You have the best view of all situations, personal, business related, job related, or anything. That profound clarity, that wisdom dawns on us in that purity. Now we become unbiased, impartial, neutral in every aspect of our life. Do you think a judge is unbiased? No. He can have his own prejudices, likes, dislikes, which reflect in judgment. Only pure self is non-judgmental. But we all work in relative terms in this world and we live with ego. Rather, some of these positions people take up to boost their ego. People talk about racism, anti-Semitism, and lot of these sort of things, but it all comes from ego only, which makes us separate. There's only one problem in this world, and that is ego in us. Ego in us, as cumulative, becomes ego of society. It takes us to the war. We only have to win one war within us. Move from duality to non-duality, and from ego to awareness, from thinking mind to pure silence. This process is gradual, but it is beautiful. People go to self-improvement courses, go within and know that there is no scope for improvement. You are perfect. All these courses are creating more illusion. Some people, for the sake of joke, says that they are so perfect there is no scope of improvement. But it is true. We all are that which is always the same. But who knows that? Or who is trying to know that? We are so busy in so many things in this world. Do you have any gadget with you which reminds you when you're too much involved in worldly activities that come back? But I know so many seekers have this thing in them intuitively. The moment something is too much, they just pull out. Sometimes you are in situation, but you are not there. You just move out. You are just internal to yourself. There is a fatal attraction in this energy. Ego wants to know it, and when it knows it, it is dead. So in this task, the one who is trying to know stays no more. Seeker perishes. They say you are again born. This is your eternal birth. And we all celebrate our birthday, birth of this body. So I would like to say so many people, or most of us, don't even are born, really born. We live as body, die as body. In Bhagavan's lifetime, we celebrate his Jayanti, his birthday, which is coming soon. Going to celebrate on 17th of December. That is the birth of the body. I believe more important than that is the day he had jnana, death experience. But nobody knows that date. There is a guesswork, and on that basis you can say a date, but I have not come across exact date. But then, as symbolically he moved to Arunachala, that we all know exact date. That is called as Bhagavan's Advent Day. It took him few days on that beautiful journey from Madurai to Tiruvannamalai. That is symbolic, that is so beautiful. I believe that is something we should be celebrating within, that we are also on this journey. Meeting the Shiva, pure self in us, knowing that Shiva is me. I am the purest of pure. All external attributes of mind are coming from me. And they are all sorts of things. But they are only appearing, disappearing forms. I am untouched by them. We also need to know that body has its destiny. But if you have no identification with body, you have no suffering, whatever the body goes through. We say abide in self. To abide in self, we need to know self, realize self, give up all identifications, whatever you can think of. Not this, not this, not this, not this. When nothing is left to say, then that light of all lights manifests or is known or unfolds in us. As long as we kept believing in what this conditioned mind has told us what we are, and people have told what we are, we never go within to explore what we actually are. But with grace of that divine in us, we develop some understanding. And slowly and steadily, we start acknowledging this awareness, which is the first and only principle in every human being, everything. I have so many friends who go into deep samadhi with eyes closed. Bhagavan always discouraged this type of samadhi. He wanted people to be in nirvikalp samadhi, but in natural state, sahaj nirvikalp samadhi. Because samadhi in which you keep coming in and out of it does not finish the jiva, that individual identity stays. To finish it, recognize when there is nothing there, but also recognize when everything is projected by mind and you are still there. I need to say this, that once you know this silent awareness, just acknowledging it, its power is much more than your mind power. I'm talking about projected mind with thoughts, intentions, stories, and all this conditioning. Who will have more power? Always the source through which things have come out. Let's say you have a projector which is projecting on the screen. Do you think those tanks, rockets, or whatever ammunition shown on the screen will destroy that projector? But you switch off projector, everything will disappear. Trust your own self. It is the creator. You are the source. Nothing beyond you. But not in the way what we think we are. And you can meet your true self only in silence. Only when we are without any concept. When our attention is constantly on awareness. Mind comes and goes, but self never leaves us. Mind sleeps, mind dreams. Self stays the same. That is why we say it has no qualities, no attributes, no adjuncts, no upadhis. It is so shy that anyone who wants to take over, it allows it to happen. It is so humble, so pure. It only knows compassion. It allows everything to manifest. That which allows everything to manifest is unknown to the ones which are manifesting in forms. Human beings are the most closest or have that right instrument by which they can know that. Though in Bhagavan's life there were animals who could know it. People talk about grace, we have full grace of that. Otherwise, we would not be listening to all this. We will be not putting efforts, time to know that. If we keep our attention on awareness, eventually it will become our natural state because it is natural. Not because you're superimposing a new thing on you by practice. It's not that. Our practice is to get rid of whatever is superimposed on us. It's not new learning, it is unlearning. Stop believing that you are born and you will be dead. Why we say that? Because all of us think we are this body. Okay, let's say today all of us are only awareness. Awareness has no form, no body, no birth, no death, no change. Would you accept it? Would you accept it from your heart, this truth? This ultimate truth. If you accept it wholeheartedly, then I'm sure you will also try to keep contemplating on this truth. And that is enough practice. Nothing else needs to be done. You will know within you as that reality which is beyond any doubt. Doubt means thoughts only. It is without thoughts. It is inner silence, external silence. It is only silence. And that silence is my eternal real nature. Rest all comes and goes, and rest all is also part of me. But I don't call myself only that which is in a form. I am grounded in awareness. And rest is also coming from that. And I have no problem with that. But I will not cry when that disappears, because I have not lost anything. It has come out of me, it has gone back to me. It is born to die. All forms change, we all know that. Nothing is static or stable, which is a projection of mind. Some things look static or unchanging, but you are scientists. Sun is changing, moon is changing. Everything has a lifespan. But we are beyond time. We are timeless. Only thing which is worth contemplating is self. When there is no I left, then all thoughts lose their support, because all of them only report to I, ego. Give complete rest to your mind. Stop questioning about things, why this is happening or that happening. Trust that energy knows everything, knows more than us. It will sort out everything. It is sorting out everything. Give complete rest to your mind. Change your mind to silent mode, where it is seeing things happening as they are happening without any interest. Also, bodily actions happening as required but without any interest. Let everything happens without any aid of your thoughts. Be that free floating pure awareness. Without even a trace of identification that I am only body. I am only this body. And which mind will you talk about if you have not given any task to mind for anything? It cannot exist without any object. It attaches to objects, to situations, to things, to concepts. It goes into disuse atrophy. You don't use it, it disappears. Its disappearance is realization of self. We all are same without our minds, without any difference. Pure silent awareness, only awareness. All this is coming and going in awareness. Once you have recognized you are awareness, then keep your attention here only. And I assure you, you can do without doership. You can involve in uninvolved state. Give up all your efforts in external pursuits, and you will see there is harmony in every bodily movements and actions. But there will be no intention for anything. Because there is no intention for anything, there is no success or failure. You're living in this moment as it is. And you know that Paramatman Absolute has already planned whether things will happen in this way or that way. You are not overloading yourself with any information, any intention. When we live our life as awareness, there is no unfinished task left, because this is the only task for all beings. All other are tasks of bondage and suffering, keeps us into ego mode. This one task of knowing the self is real freedom. Freedom from mind, freedom from birth and death. It is eternal freedom. Attain this and be liberated. Live a life free from all afflictions. Be one with the divine in you. This divine has no name, no form. And this divine is so compassionate. Because you are interested in it, He makes you Him. Who does that? Who has that much of compassion? In this world, if someone is pleased with you, they will give you a position or money, or they will give you some property, something, but they will not make you them. You will always be below that, isn't it? But he makes you him just because you are interested in that. We go to doctors to fix our body, fix our mind. We go to other advisors to fix our life, finances, and other things. You go to him, he fixes you eternally. He tells you whatever you're trying to fix is not you. Now becoming one with that, who will you thank? Yourself. Only the Guru who has shown the path. Only the teaching. Practice is the Guru. And that practice, that teaching, that teacher, everything comes from this only. This projects out in our projected mind to bring us back home. And this is grace. So all this is act of grace only, nothing else, including our efforts and practice. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.